Boulder, Colorado, one of the most picturesque locations in the world, let alone for college football, and you will see plenty of Buffaloes roaming here. We've got a top 25 matchup on hand. Two of the premier teams in the land looking to make a statement that will resonate. As we'll see, the number 14 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the 16th ranked team in the land, the Colorado Buffaloes. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Buckeyes will put total leather and we'll get started. He'll bring it back looking for help. And the returner will be brought down. Looking for a productive play on first down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Open space at the 25. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Wide receiver coming across in motion. With jet sweep pass. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure it to first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Wants to throw on first down. He's taking the shot. Oh, he can't hang on to the football. A big play sitting right there for the taking, and they can't get it done early in this one. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today. You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. He wants to take the top off. Hits him inside the 20, still going. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Colorado!
Sometimes it's players, not plays, or sometimes it's both. I mean, you got that guy and you put him in the slot and you let him burn for a go route right past a nickel corner or one of the reserve corners or a safety. That's a great job by the offense, and that speed you can't teach, and that's why he's in the house for 6.
Coming out with it, it's Graham. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. They'll start this drive with a pass. Makes the catch. It's Tate. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
Not difficult, not complicated, but early in the game, getting that rhythm. Find that timing with your wide receiver so you're set up for success. Then you go attack deep later on.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. They go to the ground. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
That's a really nice run right there. And one of the things I love about him, he runs with such physicality and with the toughness. Do you think Woody Hayes, the great Ohio State coach, would have loved to have this guy in his backfield? His running style just marries so well with that. When you think about Ohio State and their tradition at running back, right? With all the athletes they've had throughout the decades, this guy was meant to play in the shoe.
Listen, a lot of time, tips and deflections are because you got great eyes and vision on the quarterback. You see him release the football, you break on it, you tip that thing, and make sure the receiver can't get it.
He leaves it with his back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. And the Buckeyes moving quickly to the line. Looking for a man. It's Sayin. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. It's complete. A huge pickup. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. The Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job game tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
He's going to let it go. And it's picked off at the goal line.
I love when people start to understand what we're doing defensively. If they're going to pass the football and that's where they're going to live, well, I'm going to live in dime. I'm going to bring more defensive backs on the field so I can cover more of these speed guys that they have out there. Great job by the defensive back, breaking on the football, making the INT, making the DC look very smart.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped offside.
Good job by the QB there, using his cadence, using his clapping, trying to get this defense offside.
These guys in a much better position after that penalty on the D. Now it's 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup.
Well, when you're throwing these out routes, guys, it's location, location, location. As a QB, you've got to put that out in front of your guy so he can make the catch. You put that behind him, that might be getting picked. Nice job there by the QB.
They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. He'll toss it. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-game land.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
On the option. Now the toss. Got room at the 35. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall that just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens next.
At the 45 on his way. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
The Buffaloes will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll try the run. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
Nice run there on first down. You know this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On second down, looking again to throw. He's got an open man. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
This defense has got to be better in coverage. You want to get off the field, you got to keep defending. You got to do something to make the offense feel uncomfortable. So far, way too easy for this offense.
They've moved to the 16. It's 1st and 10. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They get him down after he makes the catch.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He's looking to throw. Get it out on the screen. Touchdown, Bucks! Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone.
The screen game is such a big part of this offense. A nice job by the quarterback holding on to it until the last possible second, and the O-line getting downfield, picking up their blocks. They make it about as easy as they can for this running back to find the end zone.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, it's now a final in one of the more intriguing games of the season, this huge top 5 clash. Florida managed to avoid being gator bait by scratching and clawing their way to a narrow victory. This wasn't the blowout some had hoped for, but it sure beats the alternative. Always interesting to see top 5 teams collide, and today was no different. The agony and ecstasy of college football.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need... Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage. Didn't get much on the return, but what a huge play, and they are in business at the 24.
Timing has to be so good. You're throwing it his own defense over the middle of the field. The ball's got to come out specifically on time because these windows close really quickly. Ball they're thrown a little bit late, and as a result, it's an INT.
Short fields make successful offenses, just what they want here. He'll start this drive firing. On target to the left. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, 1st and goal.
And I love that play call. There's a great example of sudden change situation, right? The defense gets the turnover. You get it right back. The very first play, let's be aggressive. Let's take a shot and see if we can catch the defense napping. Boy, oh boy, did that ever work out great.
And the Buffaloes will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. Goes to the option. He'll toss it. And that one will go and reverse. The defense all over that pitch on the option.
Man, and that fires you up as a defense. That gives you some extra juice. When you come in there and knock the living fire out of someone, everybody on the defense gets jacked up.
Finds his big tight end. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Buffaloes! When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it out. It's Graham. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The offense set for a first down play. They'll put the tight end in motion. They'll run it from the gun. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. Let's see what they've got on second down.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Colorado 21, Ohio State 0.
Now the play fake. Coming after it. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, trying to convert through the air. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. They'll try to pick up the first. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
Yeah, and I tell you, that takes some onions to go for it in your own territory like that. I mean, they're treating this like it's a video game. They don't even care. They don't worry about the outcome. No big deal.
And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
They couldn't connect on second down, now staring at a 3rd and 9. Wide receiver now comes in motion. On third down, he drops to throw. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, and everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up fourth.
Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit. The holder will spot it about 35 yards out. It's good. And they'll push that lead out a little further. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. After the second down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. Back to pass, it's Sayin. Got the quick pass. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
The Buckeyes with the 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Off play action. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Blasted as he lets it go. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. And the Buckeyes will try to pin them back with the punt. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Fair catch called for and made. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Give to the back. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And sticking to the run. I tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
They'll run the option. Now the toss. Shows him the stiff arm. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. From the gun to give, looking for room. Just outstanding vision from the young freshman on that run.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle, nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
And the Buffaloes will try to move the chains on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Got some room to run. At the 30. The 10. Touchdown, Buckeyes. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense.
Yeah, how about that, man? Fourth down, trying to go make a play, get this offense going, get it sparked, get some points on the board. And that couldn't have gone any worse. They throw the pick. And not only that, they return it all the way back for 6. That offense just shot themselves right in the foot.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Michigan is currently up big right now in a game they'll be talking about in Ann Arbor for a long time. They're up 14 over Oklahoma. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Out of the gun, the give to the back. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. Now on second and short. They'll run it to the right side. Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. He wants to throw. Gonna take a shot. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
I feel like the defense right now is living rent-free in this QB's head. Of course, they picked him off the last drive. They almost picked him off right there. This defense doing a nice job mixing up their looks, and they're completely confusing him.
Running backs on either side of the quarterback. On second down, he'll fire. Right on target this time. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
They'll throw it on first down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Yeah, and this defense hadn't had a lot of success. This offense has been doing what it wants at will. Finally getting to the QB, finally getting some pressure, finally getting a big hit on him. That'll pay some dividends down the road.
They want to just keep throwing it. Makes the grab outside. It's good.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
Defense getting stingier in their own end of the field. It's 3rd and long from the 28. Wide receiver shows motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Nice move to keep moving. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And here comes play number 6 of the drive. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
The offense failed to convert on 4th down earlier, but that didn't change their thinking here. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Fires the pass, intercepted. Taking it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. It's complete to the left. Great to have perfect blocking, but you can also make your own, and that's exactly what he does, getting it up to the 36. Back to throw, it's Sayin. Zings it complete to the right. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Off the play fake. Got his man out of the backfield. And he was just a couple of steps. Taking that one even further after the catch. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking to go up top on 1st down. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Going for it all. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. Great job by the freshman. Kept his eyes in the right place and made the play.
Nice read, nice break. Good job by the defender understanding that ball had some air underneath it. Takes advantage of it, goes and makes the big play.
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Fires to the middle. And he throws another interception, his 3rd one of the night. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the 1st half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Buffaloes will kick it off to start the 2nd half. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the 2nd half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the 2nd half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the 1st half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive. One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on 4th downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too. It's a nice game, but the big theme here is they just haven't been able to get the run game going on offense. They've been very one-dimensional. They're just not being physical in the point of attack.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
And that's a nice stop by this defense. Nice job stopping the run, setting up 4th and inches. Listen, this is a no-brainer. If I can't get inches, I don't deserve to win. I'm coming downhill. I'm playing physical. I'm picking my play, whether it's quarterback sneak, fullback dive, whatever it is that we do great, and I'm going to get my inches.
So in their own territory, on 4th and inches, the offense will stay on the field.
Runs the sneak. Pickup of 6. That's a first down for the offense.
The Buckeyes getting set on 1st and 10. The give to the back. Cross the 30 to the 35, and that's a gain of 6.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Six-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and 4. Just when they're looking run, now up top. Tight end finds a soft spot. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
It's not a great feeling on defense, too. When you're blitzing, you're expecting to get a sack. You're expecting to get a hit on the quarterback. If the offensive line and running backs pick it up, because now you have one less guy in the back end trying to cover all these receivers and tight ends, and you know you're in trouble.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Offense about to reel off its 7th play of the drive. 2nd and 10, he'll throw again. Grabbed in the middle, it's Tate. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. Thanks to that penalty, they've got a chance to move the chains on 3rd and inches. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. What a nifty run there to pick up the 1st down.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David. They're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it.
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
And how about the strong safety on that blitz? Great job timing it and also getting to the quarterback. Sometimes you're going to have to negotiate around tight ends and running backs, and that strong safety, he just beelined into the backfield.
Getting some heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
You got to love the aggressive nature this defense is playing with right now, and you're seeing the athletes and the dudes they've got up front. A sack on the last play. They hit the quarterback on this last one. Now 3rd down, you know they're going to be pinning their ears back.
Feeling the heat as he lets it go. He's got it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Ohio State.
You know, sometimes as a play caller, you just don't have to overthink things. I've got a guy who's faster than your guys, and he's just going to run straight down the field. I'm going to throw it way down the field. He's going to make the catch, and we're going to score a touchdown, and that's pretty much what just happened there.
And the extra point is good, but they're still down 24-14. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, man. I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
The give from the gun. Smashes through.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. Third and short from the 45. He's going to take off. Nice job there to limit the running room, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain.
Well, this defense, their cardio, I think, is going to get tested in this one because this quarterback will extend plays. He's going to do it often. It doesn't take a lot for him to flush out of the pocket. If he just sees color, he's gone, trying to make something happen. That time he showed you his wheels. He was just able to get enough to keep this drive going.
That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
And here comes the offense on second down. Quarterback checking the play. On second down, he'll let it fly. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
What an individual effort that time, beating his guy and getting in the backfield and making a play. Ohio State has had so many dominant D linemen in recent years, right? The Bosa brothers, Chase Young. You know those guys are watching this game. They're proud of what they just saw. This dude is a game wrecker.
Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a third and long from the 27. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He rifles one deep to the left. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Touchdown, Colorado! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. With that last one, he now has 40 career touchdown catches.
I mean, he's just been a playmaker. This guy, they feature him. He's been in the end zone that many times because they can feature him in so many ways. They find ways to get him the football because, Palmer, he always makes plays.
And he's always open even when he's not. Throughout his career, think about it. Single covered, double covered, triple covered. You're still throwing him the ball because he's going to find a way to make it happen. 40 TD catches. That is awesome.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Split backs here. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Now improvising. Sails one into the middle. For the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Oh, what a move. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
What a game-changing play by this defense. Nice job. You got them backed up in their own territory coming out. Now you force the turnover, set your offense up with some great scoring field position.
Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. They're going to open this drive with a pass. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Now 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Gets it out fast. You know this sophomore has a big arm, and there were some revolutions on that one.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. The quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
Brings up 2nd and single. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Colorado 31, Ohio State 14.
They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here.
Yankee blue! Yankee blue! Cricket!
quarterback run is part of their game plan. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
Man, you can tell if the QB wants to run, he's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in a fourth quarter game.
That fall's incomplete. They had the screen all set up, and he couldn't hang on to the ball. So on 4th and goal, already with the lead, but they'll try to salt this thing away with a touchdown. He wants to throw it. Looking for the score. The incomplete pass, 4th down, fails, and they'll turn it over.
This is so a Jesse Palmer move. Exactly what he would do. Continue to put the foot on the accelerator, try to rub it in. Can't win by enough. Got to look good in the polls. This is your kind of offense, Palmer.
Can't get him to the ground. Great move there. Oh, the ball's on the ground. And they are fortunate to avoid the turnover as the fumble goes out of bounds. They're backed up just a little. 1st and 10 from their own 19. He's looking to throw it. Pocket starts to collapse.
And this defense came to play. They know about the high-profile QB. They rose to the challenge and dominated the competition today. They took care of business, and they made no doubt about who's the better football team.
Got it in the middle. It's Graham. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Oh, he didn't spike it. Looking to pass. Reels it in down the left side. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. The Buckeyes are on the move.
And that's good enough for a first down.
Comes out throwing on 1st down. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
And when I got a stud quarterback like they do, I'm going to protect him. I'm going to make sure that I keep him upright because he can do some serious damage. But this defense applying pressure and applying the hammer in this football game.
And his 5th interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passion, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Going up top on 1st down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
On the option. Hard running there. And another broken tackle. And he put his foot in the ground and turned it upfield and turned it into a big play. Great decision to keep it. And the Buffaloes will have it 1st and 10. He'll ride his man on the option. Now the pitch. And the 4th option there is to throw it in reverse, and that's what happened on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like...
Afterburners coming. Touchdown, Bucks! And the route is on.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. UMass sure is making the flagship proud today. What a spectacular performance on the offensive side of the ball. They're up by 24 over the Royals. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it a bit.
I agree, and I think at this point, David, the quarterback here, he's got to be a CEO, and he's got to really get his guys settled down. A couple turnovers in a row. Now they've got to find a rhythm.
A CEO, a.k.a. don't screw it up, young man. That's what it sounds like on the sidelines with the coaches. We got to stop turning the football over.
Quick pass on the jet motion. Crosses the 30. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
How many ways can I get it to my guys who can fly, who are playmakers, and let them make big plays? This is another one you've seen. Catch the football, flip it ahead really quickly, get it to a burner, going full speed across the formation. He gets the edge, makes the big play.
And this offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
And he's thrown another interception. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, Buffaloes! How about that D coming up with a play like that?
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick six. And he's going to try to return this one. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
Finds his way ahead for 5, and now they've got it at the 28.
Listen, that wasn't the greatest run in the world, but it was very successful in making you honor the run. And another thing, every time you run the football, someone gets tackled. There's physicality involved in the game. So I like when offenses commit to the running the football, no matter what the outcome is, because those body blows do add up.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Tate.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. To the air, it's Sayin. A deep throw as the clock winds down.
And this offense has got to kick it in high gear now. Making a big play, that is great, but we got to go up-tempo. We got to go fast. We're trailing big in this ball game. We got to put a lot of drives together and maybe even get lucky with an onside kick.
A shot toward the end zone. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. And the Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He'll come out throwing on first down. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
He'll go to the draw. They'll give him 4 on that one. It's 3rd and 6. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. On 3rd down, going up top. Throws to the wideout. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
On 4th down, looking to pass. And here's a fumble way behind the line. And the offense gets the ball back in a rather unceremonious end to this game. This is what an elite team